and then snow on the benches. It's next to impossible to keep your home the perfect temperature when that's happening. But one American Fork family found the secret. Earlier this week, it was 90-plus degrees outside. The heat wave was baking the home of Richard Henry. But inside, he and his grandsons never gave it a second thought. His son-in-law got deployed overseas for a year, so his daughter and two grandsons came to live in the basement. But the basement was never the right temperature, and Richard didn't know what to do.
I had looked at installing a basement furnace that would control just the basement only, and I got looking at that, and the costs were probably over $15,000 time I repaired sheetrock and everything, and this system just seemed to do everything I needed without tearing the house up.
The system he's talking about is a whole home comfort system. From this one panel, he can control everything in the home, including that dreaded basement. Individual dampers are installed in the ductwork, and they open and close to heat different rooms at different times. It's all programmed ahead of time, so you never have to do a thing.
We quite frankly rarely ever think about heating or cooling in the house. The only thing that ever tells us is if you listen, sometimes you can hear the dampers opening and closing.
There are individual thermostats in each room, so you can adjust the temperature anywhere you are at any time. Calvin and Jay don't care. They just know it's as comfortable in the basement as every other room in Grandpa's house.
I think it's probably something in the future that every home will have. With the cost of energy, what it is, we're going to have to do more and more to make homes livable for less money.
So Tom Talboy says with Design Comfort, that's the local company that installed that whole home system to change life for the Henrys. And, you know, Richard said it, this is the future of how people are going to heat their homes. Explain to me how it works.
Well, we will retrofit your home. It could be new construction or it could be existing. We put a pneumatic damper in each register of your house. And that pneumatic damper is run back to your furnace where we have a pump and the main controller. And that will open and close register dampers in your house based on the need.
So, for example, I've got my ductwork, the big pipe that leads from the furnace to my kitchen or whatever. If it needs warm air or cold air, depending on what I'm wanting to have to condition my house, this will deflate so the air comes through. But when it's warm or the temperature I want, this inflates and stops the airflow.
Correct. It will. And in each room, we have a wireless smart controller, and that smart controller is a temperature sensor that'll tell it, oh, the temperature is ideal, shut that valve off, or the temperature's not ideal, open that valve in this room.
So on this, I could like push, up, I wanted a couple degrees warmer, then it knows to change the dampers and allow air to flow in or not flow in, depending on whatever I want to do.
Exactly. And usually on the main control, you can set it for what you want, and it'll do it all automatically, and if it's out of range, you can instantly touch that, and it'll respond.
When I was talking to the Henrys there, he was saying the basement used to be always cold and the rest of the house was warm, or vice versa, depending on the season, but now it actually takes the cold air from the basement and can sort of cool the upstairs with that. How does that work?
Yeah, it's something called smart circulation. It senses the temperature cold up here and warm up here. And by just using the fan on your furnace, it will pressurize each room and try to swap air between the two. So you don't run your air conditioner, you don't run your furnace, and you're saving energy at the same time and getting the temperature in your house what you want.
Everything's all the rooms are the same temperature, just the way you want it.
Exactly.
We saw that control panel that they were pushing with and doing something like the big master control panel. What can you do with that thing?
That you can put your whole home on a schedule. You can put individual rooms on a schedule. When kids go to school and the rooms aren't being used during the day, you can go ahead and say, hey, these are unoccupied, so let's not heat or cool this room as much. When the kids come back from school, it can resume the normal schedule. So you can save energy during the week or whenever you're not home.
Yeah, it really is the much smarter way to do things. As I see that, I think, why weren't we doing this years ago? It's the way to heat or cool your whole house in the smart way of the future, right?
It is. One of the big things is a lot of people have nice equipment in their house, but the distribution of how to get it where it needs to be in the house, that's usually the weak link.
Yeah, and that's going to change dramatically. If you'd like a Design Comfort Home, you can try the website Design Comfort Home, or you can also call them. Of course, there's more information on our website, studio5.ksl.com, along with a link to them, so you can hook up with them, asking some questions, and find out if you could benefit from having a Design Comfort Home as well. Thanks, Tom. Thanks for stopping in.
You're welcome.
Now I'll throw it over to Brooke.